Welcome to class. My name is Lance, if we haven't flowed together yet. I teach over at the West Sac Rec Center. Also, I have my own business, Solely Fit. Also, I teach with Yoga Moves Us, which is a nonprofit who offers yoga to the community of Sacramento. Um, and actually have a baby on the way, so instead of teaching classes in person right now, I'm actually just at home waiting for this baby to arrive. Can't wait. But in the meantime, let's flow together. Today's class is just a basic sun salutation class, but with emphasis on deepening your poses within sun salutation A. Sometimes we breeze through these poses and almost give it half of a pose just because we're already used to what it is. And if this is something that is familiar to you, go ahead and keep your eyes closed as much as possible with today's practice, with the exception of a few poses in the beginning and end. We're going to keep this practice brief, and all these flows that I like to deliver are for all levels of experience. So whether it be physically you're new to yoga, or even spiritually you're just having some awakenings and you're wanting to dive deeper and you like to move your body, you've come to the right place. You can always go deeper, and I will give modifications along the way. So without further ado, I'm outside, so I have my glasses on and the sun is beaming today. So with eyes closed or a soft gaze or sunglasses on, if you're outside, just go ahead and find a comfortable seat on your mat. It doesn't have to be cross-legged, the legs can be straight. And just start to tap into your breath. Notice how your belly expands as you inhale through your nose. And notice how your stomach empties all the way as you exhale through your mouth. Let's take 2 more big breaths on your own. Allow your shoulders to melt away from your ears. So take your time with your breath. This is our guiding compass as we flow together today. Now on your next inhale, we're going to sweep our arms to the sky. Exhale, cactus. Let's do that again. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, arms reach taller. Exhale, bring the palms together. Exhale, down to the heart for prayer. So as we move through these sun salutation A's, let's be as present as possible. Our breath is our anchor if we ever feel lost. And remember, child's pose is always your safe haven. Now that we are in tune with our breath, let's go ahead and move on to a tabletop position. Usually I teach classes that are about an hour long, so we're gonna kind of go through everything a little quicker, but we still need to make sure that we're warming up and getting all of the joints ready to go. So we're gonna start off in tabletop position. Make sure the hands are right under the shoulders, knees right under the hips. For now, let's go ahead and tuck our toes. On your next inhale, go ahead and shift your shoulders just over the middle fingers. And as you exhale, shift your hips down into your heels, opening up the soles of your feet. That feels great. Inhale forward. Exhale, shift back. Inhale forward again. Exhale, shift back. Let's do that one more time on your own. Good. Back in a tabletop, let's untuck our toes. Hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Make sure the belly button is very slightly tucked in. Very slightly, nothing crazy. Now on your next exhale, I want you to push your mat and the floor away with your hands. Empty your lungs and press your lower back and upper back to the sky. As you inhale, drop your belly and lift your heart for cow. As you exhale, press away for cat. As you inhale, scoop the belly down for cow. Let's do 3 more on your own. As we are starting to flow, let's shift our breathing through the nose, in through the nose, and out through the nose. 1 more on your own, wherever you are. All right, when you're ready, let's bring that right foot in between the hands, coming up into a low lunge, so keep those back toes untucked. As I inhale, I shift forward to open my left hip nice and long. As I exhale, I shift back, bring my front toes towards my face for half split. Inhale forward. Exhale, shift back. Inhale forward. Exhale, shift back. Good. You can continue to do this. Pause the video if that felt really good on that side. If not, go ahead and switch sides. So left foot between the hands. Make sure you're not on a tight rope so your heel is not in direct alignment with your back knee. See, as I am trying to demonstrate how not to do it, I almost fell. So make sure that you have some space, a little bit of a gap, at least 6 inches between the back knee and the front foot. So as we inhale, shifting now that right hip nice and long. As I exhale, I half split on this side. Adjust your legs as you need to. Inhaling forward, exhaling back. 1 more time. Inhale forward, exhale back. Beautiful. Okay. Hands and knees, tabletop. Let's tuck those beautiful toes in the back and shift into downward facing dog. So let's just warm up this down dog. It is the glue within our sun salutation practice. From the standing positions to the floor lying positions, this down dog is crucial. So just go ahead and try to find a capital A with your body. I like to shift my triceps, rotate them towards my knees. So I'm externally rotating them. My biceps are now pointing forward. And now what that does is keeps my shoulders away from my ears. Tucking in your belly button, staying connected to your breath. Make your practice feel good to you. Let's take 2 more big breaths, either pedaling the feet or staying still. Don't worry if the heels are not touching. Now on the bottom of your next exhale, bend both of your knees and walk gently to the top of your mat. I'll meet you in a forward fold. For our first forward fold, let's keep the knees gently bent and let yourself hang heavy. Let's take 3 breaths here. Forward fold. Tucking your chin will give you more of a release in the neck and the head. 1 more time. Inhale and exhale. On your next inhale, graze your fingers up your shins for half lift. 3 breaths here. Nice and smooth. So this is more of a strength pose. Bring your shoulder blades together to meet the upper spine. Shifting your hips back and your head forward. Let's take 1 more big breath here. Big inhale and you find length. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rising all the way up. Arms sweep over to the sides and then come up overhead. Exhale, cactus. You open up the chest, open up your elbows, and let your arms come down into mountain pose. Mountain pose, we're bringing the palms right out in front just like this. So I'm in mountain pose, you're in mountain pose, we're all in mountain pose. Before we move, just make sure that you're connected to your breath. Make sure that your posture here in mountain pose is on point. So relax your shoulders once again. Tuck your tailbone underneath yourself just slightly. Belly button tucked in. Standing tall, feeling balanced and rooted in your mat. Toes spread nice and wide. Jaw muscles relaxed. In tune with our breath. On your next inhale, lift your arms to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Be generous with your back, so use your knee bend. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands around your feet. Step both feet back and lower both knees down. Continue to lower yourself all the way onto the ground. So my toes are untucked, my hands are right under my shoulders. On my next inhale, I squeeze my butt, I draw my shoulder blades together, and I lift into cobra. Exhale, lower down all the way. Inhale, lift a little higher, cobra. Exhale, roll it back down. Let's do 2 more of those. Inhale, lift a little bit higher in your cobra. Exhale, release it down. One more time. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Upward facing dog, my hips lift, tops of the toes are on top of the mat. Let's take 3 breaths in either your cobra or your up dog. Either way, shoulders away from the ears. Let your chest and your heart shine forward. On your next exhale, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Good. Every time we go into our down dog, no matter how fast we're flowing, we're going to take 3 breaths in down dog. So let's take 1 more big breath, big belly breaths. Bottom of your next exhale, bend those knees and step to the top of your mat. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up, arms reach really tall, reach through the ribs. Exhale, cactus. Again, inhale, arms high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands around your feet. Lower all the way down, either through the knees or through your push-up plank. With control, untuck your toes. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 big breaths. Continue to create more space in your downward facing dog. In any pose, we're never totally content. So even if it's just a micro adjustment, make that micro adjustment and continue to breathe. 1 more big breath here. Bottom of your exhale, bend the knees, step or jump to the top of your mat with control. Forward fold, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, cactus or prayer. Now I'm just gonna cue the breath. I'm not gonna cue the movement. Still, once you get to downward facing dog, we have 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale all the way down. Inhale. Exhale. 3 breaths when you're in your down dog. Bottom of your next exhale, you know what to do. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Take a couple breaths in mountain pose. We're gonna do this 1 more time together. Sorry, not together. We're gonna do this again on your own. So trust your body. If this is really still unfamiliar to you, continue to watch, but stay in tune with your breath and not any of my cues, because there won't be any. All right, on your own, 1 more sun salutation A. I will meet you in mountain pose. In mountain pose, staying connected to your breath. You can continue to face where you are. I'm just going to face you. When you're ready, spread your feet just outside the hips. Toes can go out to 45 degrees. I will meet you in a yogi squat. So if you have a block nearby, which I always recommend having at least one block nearby just in case, even if you're a well-practiced yogi, you can sit here if you don't want to really make this more about diving deeper, or if you need this, it's really important to use this block. If not, take the block away. 5 breaths. Big belly breaths. Fill up the inner thigh space with breath. Again, Sun Salutation A is a great practice to energize the system in the morning, to regulate your system midday, and to kind of cool down at the end of a long day. One more big breath. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and sit all the way down. Take your block from underneath you if it's under you. Let's go ahead and roll onto our back nice and gently. Bring your knees into your chest. And find a little massage that feels good to you in your lower back. If you feel anything tender on any side of your lower back, or right down the middle, take some time to stay there for a second. Send some breath into that location. And like for me, this lower left side is a little tender. I did some deadlifts yesterday, so I'm just doing little mini circles around there, working out any knots. Good. Now keep your knees tucked in and then shift them over to the right side for a spinal twist. Take 3 big breaths with the option to extend the top leg for more of a twist. You can also look over to the opposite fingers. One more big breath. Slowly using your hands and your strong core, bring your knees back to center and then slowly drop them over to the left side. Arms go out into a T. Maybe the face looks over to the fingers on the other side. And maybe you extend that top leg. These are all just options. One more big breath. Good. Slowly bring the knees back in. Good. And let's drop everything over to the right side. I'll meet you in fetal position. Just for a hot second, even though this is a quick video, spend a couple breaths just appreciating the fact that you took the time to watch a video to open up your body, mind, and spirit. A little goes a long way. When you're ready, use your top hand to press yourself up into a seated position, maybe the same one you started with. Maybe the eyes stay closed, soft gaze, either way. Keep everything relaxed and just notice how your body feels after a few rounds of sun salutation. The more you consistently practice yoga, the more at ease your body will feel, while also feeling more intensely alive and energized. As always, whatever you practice on the mat and whatever benefits you found, let's do our best to integrate these new findings into our everyday life when we leave the mat. Thank you for practicing with me today. My name is Lance. I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Take care.